She was just a small streamer for fun, but when she forgets to turn off her stream and she starts drinking, she accidentally exposes herself, but she instantly goes viral. Stop. I hope you press the like button and the subscribe button to join our small family. The story begins as we meet a Vtuber named Awayuki as she streams to her audience, where she's known for her pure and innocent personality. One of her viewers asks if she gets tired from streaming every day, but she says she knows she's not the best, so she knows she needs to keep persevering. And she thanks everyone for supporting her, but she forgets to enter stream and she starts talking to herself, mentioning that her computer is acting up. They realize that she sounds different off stream and she starts ranting about how she isn't getting enough views, thinking she needs to improve. We see her drinking a strong zero and she starts talking about how much she loves it, saying she would do anything just to enjoy it, but everyone hears her, realizing she isn't as innocent as they thought. She watches the stream of a Vtuber named Hikari, who's playing an online game called Sausage Legend. She tells her viewers about it, saying she can't stop playing it, but they think the game looks ridiculous, and Aoyuki reads the comments as Hikari mentions that the sausages are hard and strong. So she starts laughing, thinking Hikari is too pure for this world and her content is hilarious because the sausages are making everyone imagine things. Aoyuki thinks she's like a baby, and she continues to drink more as Hikari plays the game and she finds a match partner. So Awayuki looks forward to seeing the fight. She slams her sausage against her opponent and she's able to win the fight, so she proceeds to the next match. But her next opponent has a ridiculous name, so Awayuki bursts out laughing and she watches the fight as Hikari wonders why her opponent looks like a banana. She wins the game, but she mentions that she was able to achieve a sweet release as Awayuki mentioned she was gooning. But her viewers laugh at her thinking she's hilarious. Hikari says goodbye and she ends her stream as Awayuki mentions that she's amazing, thinking this is the reason why she's popular. Awayuki grabs another drink as she thinks about how she's nowhere near Hikari's level, so she needs to improve because she isn't making enough money. She opens the stream of another popular Vtuber named Chami who makes ASMR content and she enjoys the sound of her voice thinking it's amazing. Chami mentions that she will be using a wooden ear pick to clean their ears, and she starts with the right ear, asking her viewers if it feels nice, and Aoyuki enjoys the experience, and she ends up falling asleep. But she starts snoring loudly, and her viewers can hear it, so everyone starts talking about her as she starts to get more viewers. The next day, we see Awayuki sleeping on the floor as she receives a call from her manager Suzuki. So she wakes up, but she doesn't feel good because she has a hangover. She answers the call and Suzuki tells her to be quiet because her private information is being exposed to the public, so she asks her to stay as calm as possible. She tells her to turn off her stream, so Awayuki finally realizes she never turned it off, and her viewers are still listening to her. But they appear to be enjoying her content and she has over 10,000 viewers, so she can't believe this is happening. She reads the comments, and she realizes that she's the #1 trending topic on social media, so she freaks out. But Suzuki tells her she's doing great, because her channel is blowing up, saying she will do everything to support her. But Aoyuki feels sick, so she throws up, before ending her stream. She apologizes to Suzuki, thinking she messed up because everyone hurt her while she was drunk, so she thinks her image has been ruined. But Suzuki reveals that their company already expected this, because they knew she was crazy when they interviewed her. But she doesn't remember her interview, so Suzuki reminds her what happened, saying she made quite the impression with her personality. So they thought she was fooling her viewers by pretending to be an innocent girl so that she could surprise them when she finally revealed her true personality. But she denies this, asking Suzuki why they hired her if they knew she was crazy, so Suzuki explains that the company saw potential in her, thinking she was going to shine, but she thinks there's nothing special about her. Suzuki reminds her that everyone's talking about her, saying they find her interesting, so they're looking forward to her next stream. Suzuki knows that they need to make preparations, but she tells Aoyuki to enjoy the moment, advising her to stop pretending to be an innocent girl, because her viewers already know what she's really like. She goes through the comments, realizing the viewers enjoyed listening to her, but she suddenly receives a call from Hikari. So she answers it, and Hikari congratulates her for going viral, but she reveals that she watched clips of her stream and she heard Aoyuki mentioning she was gooning, so she becomes nervous. But Hikari reveals that she doesn't know what it means, so she asked her manager about it and she told her it's a compliment. So Hikari is flattered, and she invites Aoyuki to collab with her. They end the call and Aoyuki heads to a convenience store where she reads a message from her gen mate, who tells her she's hilarious. She thinks everyone from her company is amazing, and we see her pondering about her career as she recalls that she made her debut 3 months ago. She thought the life of a Vtuber was going to be easy, but she struggled to grow her channel, while all the Vtubers in her generation were doing better than her. So she's struggling to make ends meet, but she thinks about the comments, realizing the viewers enjoyed watching her, so she decides to stop pretending to be innocent. Aoyuki returns home and she begins her stream as she displays her true personality, and the viewers are happy to see this, so she realizes that they have accepted her for who she is. She starts drinking again and she apologizes for forgetting to turn off her stream, but one of her viewers asks her why she's still drinking. So she explains that she was planning to stop, but the management doesn't care, so she decided to keep doing it. Another viewer asks her if she's drunk, so she admits that she's a lightweight, but she was nervous to be sober in front of so many people, and she opens another can. The viewers wonder why she isn't pure anymore, but she tells them nothing has changed, saying her model is still innocent. They start insulting her, but she enjoys reading the comments and she thanks Strong Zero for giving her the courage to be herself. She tells them she would marry it if she could, and they become confused, but they ask her to explain what she said when she was watching Hikari. So she explains that she was just being honest, and her viewer thinks she has no filter, but she explains that she has one, saying it's just broken, and she continues to enjoy her drinks as she realizes that her job is fun. She realizes that 2 popular VTubers named Sane and Cheyenne are watching her because they left comments for her. So she calls them her senpai, telling them she loves them, and she asks them to marry her and have her children. The viewers can't believe she was so direct, but she explains that they're her favorite streamers, so she's just shooting her shot. Sei mentions that she's blushing, so Aoyuki thinks she has a chance. Sei agrees to collabing in the future, so Aoyuki looks forward to this, and Cheyenne promises to join them, so she's overjoyed that her favorite VTubers want to see her, wondering if she's dreaming. But she knows it's real, thinking she was only able to achieve it thanks to her Strong Zero. The next day, Aoyuki thinks about everything she said during her stream, so she's embarrassed, wondering why she proposed to her favorite Vtubers. She sees a can of Strong Zero and she blames it for everything, thinking it's making her cringe at herself, but she knows that it helped her improve her career. She hears it calling out to her, so she heads to the refrigerator and grabs another can. She begins another livestream, and she announces that she's going to collaborate with another Vtuber, telling everyone she's already drunk because she's been drinking all day, so they think she's insane. She reveals her partner, introducing everyone to her friend Mashiro, and calling her her mother. The viewers wonder if Mashiro is really her mother. So Aoyuki explains that she calls Mashiro her mother because she's the one who designed her character. But Aoyuki thinks about fully expressing herself, and Mashiro thinks she's in trouble, as a viewer asks her if this is her first time seeing Aoyuki in Strong Zero mode. So she confirms this, saying she never saw her drinking, and Aoyuki explains that she only drinks late at night, while Mashiro is asleep. They decide to answer questions, and a fan asks them about the maximum number of Strong Zeros Aoyuki can drink, so she reveals that she can only drink 3 cans a night. But she recalls that she used to be a corporate slave, and she hated her job, so she decided to resign. To celebrate her resignation, she decided to go on a drinking spree, and she was able to finish 6 cans before passing out. She says she's now on meat, so Mashiro mocks her as a viewer asks her if she was fine the next day. So she explains that she had the worst hangover of her life and she thought she was going to drown in her puke. Mashiro thinks it sounds scary, and she advises Aoyuki to give her liver a break because she doesn't want her to get sick. But Aoyuki explains that she has to stream tomorrow, and she needs to drink to get into character. But Mashiro tells her to stream sober, saying she misses her pure character, so Aoyuki agrees to do it. They proceed with the next question, and a viewer wonders if Aoyuki is okay, asking her if she wants another drink. So she says yes, but Mashiro doesn't allow it, so she starts screaming, and the viewers find it hilarious. A fan asks Aoyuki about her first experience with Strong Zero, so she reveals that she didn't like it at first, because she didn't like the smell. But when she ran into it the next day, she realized that she had already fallen in love with it. Mashiro asks her if she has ever cheated on Strong Zero, so she admits that she considered buying other drinks, but she always ended up going back to it, and everyone realizes she's obsessed with it. Mashiro reads the next question, asking her how she felt when she forgot to turn off her stream, and Mashiro mentions that the one who asked the question always liked her, so he wants her to succeed as a Vtuber. She doesn't know what to say because she isn't used to receiving positive comments, so she decides to save it for later. But Mashiro tells her to answer it. So Awayuki explains that she felt like she woke up late for her high school entrance exam and Mashiro thinks it's a nightmare, hoping it doesn't happen to her again. They go through the other questions, and they're all about drinks, so Awayuki answers Strong Zero to all of them. She reveals that she's too broke to buy a decent snack, but she's Strong Zero's girl, so she's willing to spend all of her money for it. Mashiro tells everyone it's getting late and Aoyuki decides to end the stream with her performance. She starts singing a song about Strong Zero as she talks about how amazing it is. But the lyrics suddenly stop making sense and she goes nuts as she summons all the Strong Zeros from all over Japan. They end the stream and Aoyuki says she had fun, but Mashiro mentions she has something to show her. She shows her a picture of a new design, revealing that she drew it when Aoyuki forgot to end her stream. She thinks it's amazing and Mashiro thinks it suits her, so she looks forward to seeing her use it. The next day, Aoyuki heads to her company's office, where Suzuki tells her that her new model concept looks great, but Aoyuki isn't sure about it. So Suzuki tells her to have confidence, because she's the best Vtuber of her generation, but she asks Suzuki if she approves of her behavior. So she explains that it's okay, because the company doesn't care what the Vtubers do, as long as the viewers watch them. Aoyuki looks at her new character design, realizing Mashiro worked hard on it, so she decides to use it, and the company starts working on her new model. Suzuki tells her they're planning a music video with their current streamers, but she knows she can't sing. So Suzuki tells her she can have a supporting role, and drink Strong Zeros while the others are performing, but she decides to practice singing so that she can perform with them. Suzuki tells her they're supposed to have lunch together, but she won't make it there, so she tells Aoyuki to go with someone else instead, telling her not to worry about the expenses, because the company will pay for it. She wonders who she's going with, and we see her in a restaurant as she realizes that she's going to eat with Sei and Cheyenne. They formally introduce themselves saying they're happy to work with her, and Sei reveals that she sent the invitation because she wants to discuss their upcoming collaboration. Cheyenne realizes that Aoyuki is nervous, so she tells her to relax because they're about the same age, so there's no need to be too formal with them, reminding her that she already proposed to them. She apologizes for this, but Cheyenne tells her it's okay, because everyone thought it was funny. Sei mentions that Strong Zero is on the menu, telling her to drink up, but she thinks it looks out of place, thinking Sei messed with the menu. But Cheyenne tells her not to worry, because Sei's family owns the restaurant. She refuses to drink with them but Sei pushes her to do it, so she ends up getting drunk and they begin their stream as Aoyuki reveals that they're going to be doing karaoke. Cheyenne explains that she doesn't know what to do because they were still discussing their collab, but they ended up starting the stream without a plan. They decide to answer questions and a fan asks Sei what kind of girl she likes, so she explains that she likes hardworking girls who always have her back. Aoyuki thinks she was referring to Cheyenne, and she confirms this, so Zien becomes flustered, and Aoyuki decides to leave them in the room, so she doesn't get in their way. Sei likes the way she thinks, saying she's starting to like her, so she suggests a three-way, but Zien refuses, saying they need to change the topic. They read the next question, which asks Zien about the most tiring collaboration she has ever done. So she reveals that she used to collaborate with VTubers from the first and second generation, but she didn't enjoy the experience because they were difficult to work with. A fan asks Sei and Cheyenne what they want to see Aoyuki do, so Cheyenne says she wants to see her eat while drinking, but Sei wants her to rewatch her accidental stream. So she considers doing it, and they start singing songs, as the viewers enjoy the live stream, realizing that Aoyuki is a great singer, but she tells them it's because of Strong Zero. After the stream, Aoyuki admits that she had fun, but she suddenly receives a message from who asks her when she's going to do a silver stream, so she realizes she needs to do it when she gets the chance. Sei asks if she has met their first-generation senpai Asajiri, but she says she hasn't, wondering what kind of person she is. So Cheyenne explains she's like the embodiment of their company and she can be difficult to deal with. But Sei reveals that Asajiri talked about her, thinking she was amazing. They decide to call it a day, and Aoyuki is happy that Asajiri knows about her. She recalls that she was exploited by a company after she finished high school and she never enjoyed her job. But she saw the VTubers and she immediately took a liking to them. She kept working for her company, but one day, she realized that she's had enough and she learned that the VTuber agency was hiring for the third generation. So she decided to apply, but she forgot what happened during the interview because she was extremely nervous. She was accepted into the company, so she quit her job and started working as a Vtuber, but she struggled to keep up with the others until she started being herself. The next day, she has her sober stream where she's back to her innocent self, so her fans are confused. She decides to play a game called Getting Over It, but after a few hours, we see that she's upset because she's struggling to make progress, and her viewers realize she isn't pure even when she's sober. She falls back to the beginning, so she starts losing it. And ends up even destroying her microphone, realizing that she messed up again.